We're gonna try this video again. Um, I tried to record earlier. YouTube had some issues, wouldn't upload, so I'm just gonna re-record it and try to make it shorter. Um, this is pretty much some advice for new witches. I'd like to basically say first off that all of this is my opinion. So if you don't agree with me, that's totally cool. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions and their own practices. Witchcraft, for starters, is not like you see in the shows and movies and all that. It's not Harry Potter or Charmed or anything. It is putting your intention out into the universe and giving yourself a boost to achieve what you would like and your goals. My dog is going to aggressively scratch his ear at the moment. So if that's what if you hear weird noises, that's what it is. Um anyway, witchcraft is basically a tool. If you want, for example, to get a new job, you've got to put work behind the spell that you do to get a new job. So, an example spell, ooh, moving the camera. An example spell would be to burn some herbs. Let's say you write out on a bay leaf, I wish I had a new job by the end of the month. And you throw in some mint in there for prosperity and for, um, you know, a little bit of an extra boost to it, the job being a well paying job. You throw it in your fire safe bowl or cauldron, you burn it, you focus on it while it's burning, and you put your intention behind it. Well, if you do the spell and you put your energy into it, that's just the first step. The next step is to go out and fill out applications. Turn in those applications. Go back, talk to managers, talk to employees. You've got to put work behind your intention. Otherwise, it's probably not going to happen. Um, so, in this instance, you've got to actually do something to get something. And all witchcraft really is a boost. In my opinion, it puts you in the right mindset to get what you want and what you need. So another example would be I have night terrors. I have really bad nightmares that cause me to not get a whole lot of sleep sometimes. I mean, that just is only one part of my insomnia, but anyway. So if I make a spell jar for good dreams, I have to make sure that I put the work behind it as, not watch something like a horror movie or, my obsession with true crime stuff, like a show on a serial killer. I can't watch stuff like that before bed because I could have nightmares. I can't watch The Walking Dead when my worst fear is zombies because I'm going to have a nightmare about zombies. I've got to take the steps to make sure that I do what I can to avoid having the nightmares. And, the spell jar may have more of a placebo effect of I know it's there, so I feel like I'm going to have good dreams, but it helps. And if it helps, then it's working, you know? And that's just kind of how I view witchcraft. Now, another thing I'd like to touch on is there's a lot of resources, and it's important to do your research. It's important to, get out there and look at all of the information you can, but it can be really overwhelming. So break it down, especially if you're a spoonie, into steps. Okay, what are you interested in? Are you interested in casting spells? Awesome. Look into spell casting, how to write spells, how to, use herbs or crystals or candles, whatever piques your interest. And then go from there. Don't feel like you have to have special tools. Don't feel like you have to be in the right mindset. If you want to cast a spell, cast a spell. It can be as simple as saying a wish to the universe, looking up at the sky, picking a star, and saying, I wish I had a new job by the end of the month, to continue off of that example. And then that could count as a spell. It's really up to you to make it work for you in the way that you want to practice. Another thing about witchcraft is it's not based off of any religion. Corn dog. Corn dog. He's gotta lick his feet. Anyway, it's not, witchcraft isn't Wiccan. It's not pagan. It's not Christian. It's not, witchcraft is a practice. It's not a faith or a religion. Like, yes, there's a little bit of, a belief involved that, it's gonna work. It's gonna help you get what you want, what you desire, what you need. But it's not a religion, You can be a witch and be an atheist. It doesn't matter. But I guess what I'm really trying to say is, if you want to be a witch, then you're a witch. If you want to cast spells, cast spells. If you want to make potions, as long as you're safe with what you're ingesting, like if you're allergic to, mint or rosemary or whatever, turmeric. I personally really like turmeric and ginger tea. If you're allergic to something like that, don't put it in your tea or potion that you plan on drinking. Please don't. Look for, medicine interactions. Like, for example, St. John's wort really interacts with a lot of antidepressants. So that's not a good idea to ingest if you're using antidepressants. Melatonin for sleep, it also interacts with a lot of medications. I learned that the hard way and had to stop taking melatonin because it was interacting really badly with a lot of my medications and causing a lot of health problems. So do your research on stuff like that, Don't burn something, eat something, or use anything that you don't for sure know is safe. If you are questioning whether or not it's safe to use something on your skin or eat it or burn it, then do the research or just don't use it. That's a little bit of a rant, a little bit of a ramble, I'm sorry, but it's really important to use discretion. But other than that, I say go for it. If you want to be a witch, and be safe about it. Do your research, and if you don't feel comfortable with something, don't do it. It's as simple as that, and you don't need special tools, you don't need special training. Just go for it. Yeah, I guess that's about it for this video. Bye.